stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this meeting is in compliance with the open meeting law. Could I get an approval of the agenda?
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. Approval of the meeting minutes for August 1 and August 16. Okay, Steve made his motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the council? Is there anyone from the public? Okay, anyone, last chance? Then we're moving on to consideration of bills. And the bills, there are two bills where checks are being written to alderpersons, so I need to first get a motion to approve the bills as submitted without regard to the one to Kevin Schmidt and Steve Lautenbach. Okay, is there a second to that?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you do a roll call on that, Aaron?
Are there any questions? Mitch had a question
Oh.
first.
Can you talk to me about Peterson appraisals? Is that something that's monthly, or is that going to come off of our, once with the appraisals being done now, are they off, or are we paying them monthly for any reason? Or
So
how does
we have
that
a
work?
contract with Peterson Appraisal that we pay, I'm not sure. Quarterly. Is it monthly? And our contract, I think, is due to expire with him in March. So we probably have 2 more payments with him. And that'll be something that we'll be looking at, because I don't believe he is renewing his contract with any of his municipalities moving forward. I think he's been telling the city, I think when we entered into the last contract, that he is slated for trying to get to retirement.
So there was no extra cost then, as
No,
far as
it's-
the appraisals, when he was doing the actual appraisals? It's just that monthly fee that was figured into everything?
That is
Yeah.
correct. Yep.
Okay, are there any other questions? If not, we have a motion and a second. Could we do the roll call?
Meverden,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Dashlet,
Yes.
Lautenbach,
Yes.
Boer,
Yes.
Havoc,
Yes.
Swedberg.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, next item is to approve the check written to Kevin Schmidt for $130.
So move.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions about that bill?
Motion was made by Meverden, seconded by
By
Boer.
Casey Brewer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, any questions about that? If not, would you do a roll call?
Havoc,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Boer,
Yes.
Dashlet,
Yes.
Lautenbach,
Yes.
Meverden,
Yes.
and did he get called, or did you just
I have to
abstain?
abstain.
Yeah.
So Schmidt abstained.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes. Okay, then the third motion is to approve a payment to Steve Lautenbach for $500. Can I get a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions about that bill? If there are no questions, then would you do a roll call?
Dashlet,
Yes.
Havoc,
Yes.
Boer,
Yes.
Lautenbach,
Abstain.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Meverden,
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, next item is committee reports. Does anyone have any questions regarding any of the committee reports?
I have one question for the PPP. Reference to that schooling you're sending Brad to on Red Dot? Are your scopes on your rifles Red Dots? I mean, you just bought a $400 or $500 scope.
Those are, yes, those are, what, Red Dot is a name brand, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are, yes, this is for both pistols and for rifles though. So we don't have, this is the first time we ever seen an instructor course for any optics like that. So this is just, it's a new course.
Okay.
Okay, are there any other questions regarding any of the minutes? Hearing no questions, could I get a motion to approve the committee reports as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I don't know who you're gonna say the first and second.
All right, so we're gonna move by Pavic and second by Boer.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the reports are approved as submitted. Old business, is there anything for old business to come before
Nope.
the council? Okay. New business, audited financial statements.
So this is just informational. Everybody in their packet that was sent electronically to everybody has a pretty thick packet in there. John, Alderman Pavic just requested if anybody wants a hard copy of it, we'd be more than happy to print you a hard copy and get it to you. But this is just to get it to everybody. They will be here at the October meeting. Actually, Brian will be here on Zoom with us from our financial auditing firm to answer any questions, but I wanted to get this out to everybody to get a chance to dig into it, look into it. Like I said, if anybody wants a hard copy, we'd be more than happy to have that printed off and have it ready for you to pick up at City Hall. So that's the only thing, just for your information right now. Brian will be here at the October council meeting. So
They don't send out booklets for all the.
they don't send out bound copies like that anymore.
For the money we're paying?
No, we actually get them, we get, I think 3 of these, a couple of them go over to the utilities, this one go end up in the vault here. Everything else is, we get it on a jump drive.
Please, like me, we're used to.
You want a
getting
bounded copy?
we used to get bounded copies and then just get them.
Okay. The administrator's report then?
A couple things just to run through. 2022 street and utility project is substantially complete. They were here last week doing a little fixing. There was a ADA ramp that was tipped the wrong way. They tore that out, replaced it. Some curb right in front of the fire station that didn't drain. Water wouldn't make it around the corner. They ended up tearing out about 7 feet of curb and repouring that. So if anybody has been down there and sees any cones and looks like some concrete work has been redone, there's still a hole that they have to core for a stop sign in the intersection of State on 3rd, actually on State Street, on the west side of 3rd. They replanted some grass on Clark Street that had to be done. There's a couple little things on the punch list but we're hoping here in the next week we'll be able to close that project completely out and wait for a final bill from Peters and that'll be done. So that's where we are on that. Seal coating in the city has been complete now. They just have a couple loose gravel signs. Some of these interior roads that we did don't see a lot of traffic. The more traffic that we have on those roads on these warmer days, the better it is. Gets that seal coat, that top 2 layers to work itself in where we want it to be. But once we give it a chance here before winter, we will go and sweep those roads. Any loose material, we will get that cleaned up before the snow plows go through, otherwise it'll end up on everybody's front and side yards. So that's where that is. The RDA block, this last weekend, I think our last home moved out now. All the houses are completely empty. The utilities, I think, have been shut off now on all of the homes, and all of the bids that are out now for contractors to look at, they're actually on the city website. Or there's been, I think, about 5 or 6 contractors looking at the demolition, but it's in 3 different phases now to complete the CDBG side of things. So there's a bid out there for the abatement process to remove the lead paint and asbestos. There's a bid out there for the actual demolition of the houses, and there's bid docs out there for the actual infrastructure work that will be done, the new storm sewer, sanitary sewer, and water main that gets put in. There will soon to be a 4th bid out there for what the TIF, but we're working through that. The actual TIF gets created, and then there will be another bid for everything that didn't make it for the infrastructure work that will be done under the TIF. But the plan is still moving forward to satisfy the CDBG that all of those properties will be down, and that will be green space, or all of those holes will be filled in. All the trees will come down, shrubs will come out, garden sheds. The only thing that'll be left there is more or less the alley, and the sidewalk eventually is actually going to come out too. and all those holes will be filled back in, and grass will be planted for that project to be complete. Steve, you have a question?
You said the infrastructure, is that do we have a plan of what's going there? Is that the infrastructure or infrastructure to the curb?
Infrastructure, so we have plans now, because of where the buildings are gonna go, how big a size sanitary lateral, storm sewer, where that storm sewer is getting ran inside the block, and water laterals for fire protection and everything else, and where those are getting stubbed inside of the block. So, all right. So, for anybody that doesn't know, I don't know if you do know or don't know, a couple council members are here, but the Algoma Medical Center was closed as of, I think, about 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. I appreciate anybody that was here for it. Thank you very much. We will continue to work with, it's closed. We no longer own the facility. Obviously, it's going to take into January, February to close out the books. We will now start working with Carol. Amber and Carol will be working together on a daily afternoon basis, checking back and forth, making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed on the facility as far as that aspect goes. But the new owners, as of Thursday at 3 o'clock, 3:30, have taken place, and we wish them the best of luck and told them, if there's anything that we can help to move the facility forward or continue to move it forward, we're here to try to answer all the questions that we can. So.
Was the account set up yet then? The checking account that's going to be for the retention?
That will be set up yet this week.
Okay.
So yes, we will be setting up an account. Then the new buyers will be putting their portion into it, and we will have control over that once a quarter. Then he will be coming with his paperwork and asking for a draw from that account. So that's where that is. And the last thing, second to last thing, I guess, that I have is we have bids back, and we gave them the right to get started. The chimney at the fire station is cracked from if you were at the top of the chimney down about 10 feet. Flume is cracked, and when the boilers are turned on at the fire station, that is actually hot air is coming up, meeting the cold air and condensating and causing problems on the upstairs walls of the fire station. Lakeshore Heating and Cooling, we actually just entered into a contract with them today to reline that chimney. So if you see somebody walking around on the roof of the fire department, and I apologize, Fire Chief, because I didn't even let you know this yet, but they will be getting started here in about 2 weeks on that work, and hopefully we're done and ready to go for the heating season to start. So that's where that is. And last but not least, Wet Whistle Wine Fest, September 16th and 17th at Legion Park, the annual Wet Whistle Wine Fest. Stop down and support the local fire department and the community improvement of Algoma Group. The fire department does the food every year, and the CIFA does the local drinks down there. That's September 16th and 17th. So kind of the next big and last big event here, kind of the end of, or start of fall, end of summer. So that's all I have.
Okay. Okay, mayor's appointments, there are none for this time. And comments, the only comment I want to make is I've got numerous calls thanking the city for doing the streets the way they are. They're very happy that they're seeing some progress, so. Okay, and I have no other comments to make. So, our next meeting, anybody that has anything that needs to be on the agenda, make sure to get to us or Aaron. The next meeting will be October 3rd at 6 o'clock. If that's not an issue with anybody, then we just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we are adjourned.